Every year, Morgan Stanley issues a report to reflect the performance of each Swiss watch brand, offering us the perfect opportunity to peek into the heavily private-owned industry. In 2023, Rolex, as the absolute top 1 brand, reached remarkable sales and kept increasing its lead ahead of the second place. Swatch brand made it top 20 due to its Moon Swatch series. In this video, let's dip into the report and understand the trend of Swiss watch industry. Hey, what's up? This is Bo, a watch and travel enthusiast. Welcome to my channel, BarakudaTime. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to receive weekly updates on watches and travel. This report is jointly published by Morgan Stanley and Luxy Consult. Between March and April every year, the report will be released to conclude the performance of Swiss watch industry of previous year. Since most of the Swiss watch groups are private-owned companies and there is no officially published financial statements, this report became the best opportunity to understand the details and big picture of Swiss watch industry. According to the report, in 2023, there were 16.9 million Swiss watches sold, which is 6.9% increase compared with 2022, but still lower than the pre-pandemic level, which is about 20 million. But the total sales reached 26.7 billion Swiss francs, a historic new high. Compared with 2022, the sales increased by 7%. So, compared with pre-pandemic, there are fewer watches exported but reached higher sales. It means average retail price of Swiss watch has increased. In Swiss watch industry, the watch sales are mainly through two channels: direct sales through brand-owned boutiques and wholesale through authorized dealers. Richard Mille and Audemars Piguet sell their watches through boutiques. Rolex and Patek Philippe mainly sell their watches through authorized dealers. Most of the brands choose to have a mixed sales strategy. The price difference between the direct sales at MSRP and wholesale price, which is usually between 60 and 70% of MSRP, are implied in this report. Here are the top 20 brands in 2023 according to sales. Rolex is absolutely the number 1 in Swiss watch industry, who historically exceeded 10 billion Swiss franc sales in 2023, an 11% increase compared with 2022. The sales helped Rolex reach 30.3% share of the retail market. This is a phenomenon that are hardly seen in any other sectors of luxury industry. On the secondary market, Rolex watches, especially the highly sought-after stainless steel professional models, are still having strong premium. With such a strong demand in their product, I believe no one would argue the impact of Rolex in the industry. After Rolex, the top 2 through 20 brands are Cartier, Omega, Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, Richard Mille, Longines, Vacheron Constantin, Breitling, Tissot, IWC, Hublot, Swatch, Jaegar-LeCoultre, Tag Heuer, Hermes, Tudor, Panerai, Bulgari, and Chopard. These top 20 brands collectively took 85% of the total sales. The top 4 brands, Rolex, Cartier, Omega, and Patek Philippe, took 50% of total sales. So, from the market share percentages, we can clearly see the trend of brand polarization. The top 9 brands stay the same this year. Vacheron Constantin, ranked number 8, for the first time reached 1.1 billion Swiss franc sales with an 18% increase. It is the 8th brand that exceeds 1 billion Swiss franc sales. Breitling is a brand that has been showing exciting growth in the recent several years, gaining 10 positions in the ranking from 19 to 9. This significant growth is mainly realized through successful new launches, appropriate marketing initiatives, and increase in single-brand boutiques. Another strong brand is Swatch. As a brand focused on $100 watches, it is under the huge pressure from smart wristband and smart watches. Surprisingly, due to the success in the joint Moon Swatch and Scuba 50 Fathoms products, Swatch made itself rank number 13 in 2023. Another similar brand, Tissot, advanced its ranking by 2 positions this year as well. So even though there are 80 million smartwatches sold in 2023, these two entry-level price watch brands still successfully promoted sales through great product design and marketing. The brand that was kicked out of the top 20 by Swatch is Blancpain, which is in the same Swatch group. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll surely know that I am an enthusiast and collector of Blancpain 50 Fathom watches. 2023 is the 70th anniversary of Blancpain 50 Fathoms, and Blancpain had 3 acts of limited edition watches to celebrate. As an enthusiast, I did enjoy the watches and events. However, the impact on general public is still very limited, which is mainly due to the popularity and high MSRP of the Blancpain watches. Similar issues exist on almost all traditional high-end watch manufacturers like Breguet and Jaegar-LeCoultre. If we put all these brands in their groups, Rolex Group took 33% of the market, which includes 2% contribution from Tudor. Richemont Group and Swatch Group each took around 20%. Richemont is focused on the high-end watches with leading brands of Cartier, Vacheron Constantin, and IWC, while Swatch Group is more balanced with high-end brands like Omega, Blancpain, and entry-level brands like Swatch and Tissot. The top 3 groups took 73% of the market share, up by 3% from 2023. This is very uncommon in any industry. After that, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, and LVMH each took about 5% of the sales. Richard Mille took 3% of market with only 5,600 watches sold. If you look at the average retail price of each brand, we can see that among the top 20 brands, Tissot and Swatch are the only 2 brands with average retail price under 500, but their growth is very strong. Between 500 and 5,000, there are only 3 brands, Longines, Tag Heuer, and Tudor. Their growth has slowed down quite significantly. So, the entire Swiss watch industry is still heavily focused on the high-end watches, with the entry-level watch sales picking up strongly too. Seems the customers either want to spend large amount of money to buy real luxury watches, or spend small amount of money to buy watches just for fun. What is your thoughts on the report? What is your brand ranking? Please let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please hit the thumb up button and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications to receive weekly updates. I'll see you next time.